Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Fern Northcutt, and Tom Lucas.
Good morning, and good morning. How are you guys?
Good.
Nice to see you. Bill, nice to see you.
Good morning.
Before we go any further, we should say are you ready for this? Happy 6th birthday to Addison today. Do you remember the day we sat here and she was just born?
Yes.
6 years ago.
Oh.
Wow.
That's scary.
No kidding.
Holy
and
cow.
You don't look any different.
No, I don't. And she'll be in to do the show next week.
I understand you're driving your dad's car.
Yep.
Fabulous.
Not legally, but she's driving it anyway.
At 6 years old.
On Chilliwack, you can do whatever you want when you're 6 years old.
This is true.
So welcome to the Radio Real Estate Show. Fern Northcutt, our co-host, is here. You had a busy week?
I've had a very busy
Yeah?
week.
What's going on out there?
Good week.
Yeah?
Yep, busy. Few listings coming in, actually. Pretty much same as last month.
Is it?
We are down the same amount of listings, down the same amount of sales, not price, but on the MLS statistics.
So the price isn't going down at all?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Billy?
Gee, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We're just busy.
Just busy?
Just busy.
But never too busy.
Never too busy. No, it's important to be busy. What happens is that when you're busy like we are, your lenders are talking to you on a daily basis, so you're kind of in the flow of what's going on with the different implications of different lenders. Not every lender is exactly the same as the next lender. No different than no restaurant's the same as the next restaurant. Everybody has their own flavors. Everybody has their own niches. And so by being as busy as we are, we're staying in touch with them and trying to find out different ways we can get our clients to qualify for mortgages and make sure they get the right products and they get the right interest rates.
So go see the mortgage broker first, then go see somebody like Fern, right?
Yes.
But you know what's so beautiful about being this busy? That you really have to keep up on the market. You have to keep your knowledge up there. You have to keep on your toes totally. I mean, you can't let things slide at all. So, you really got to do your research. You really got to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
On top of your game.
Absolutely.
And that reminds me, have you two filed your taxes yet?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Fern?
I don't have to do mine until June because I'm an independent contractor. Phew.
You cracked me up.
I missed the rush.
Bill Macklem, the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, is here. He's the resident radio real estate mortgage expert. He has the mortgage rate update in just a few minutes, right, Bill?
Absolutely.
Good.
And Bill will also answer your question, which is the mortgage question of the week.
Later on the show, we're going to be talking about those people that are making offers to purchase with no subjects.
Scary stuff.
Yes.
Our radio real estate home handyman, Finn Jensen, will talk to us later in the show about renovations then and now.
Monica Nina Briga, president of Mummy Maids, will be here with her spring cleaning tip of the week. And this morning, Monica has an eco-friendly way to help you clean out your long neck. Oh, narrow vase. You know the one your mother-in-law gave you last Christmas.
And you haven't smashed it yet?
It could be a Pilsner bottle, too.
Well, this is true.
Does your finger not have eyes in it? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the situation where Bill Macklem comes into the show, reads the scripts with his finger.
Absolutely.
We're okay. Should we do some real estate headlines, too, later on in the program?
Yeah, we should.
I
Why
think we
not?
should. Lots going on, lots to talk about.
Lots of stuff.
So we'll do that. We'll talk to Bill and Fern. They'll give us their expert opinions on each headline. And we'll also hear from Nick Fong, who has the very first quarter 2016 Los Cabos real estate report. So we're looking forward to that, eh, Fern?
Awesome. Yes. Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up, and if there's something is there something you need to know about? Leave your question for Bill on our website, radiorealestateshow.ca, and Bill will answer it on next week's show.
Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Lee Realty will chat to us about the market in the Tri-Cities area.
And then we're going to hear from Don Mortimer from Remax Crest Realty Westside. He will be on the show to look at the Greater Vancouver real estate market. And it is 10:04, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Thank you, Fern. It's time now for the weekly mortgage rate update with our resident mortgage expert, Bill Macklem, who is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. And you say money is still easily accessible.
It is.
Is it? Okay.
It is. The banks are moving downwards. There's some specials already coming out. We've seen some banks offer as low as 2.4. We don't have the access to that on the broker channel. But some of them are doing that with some of the different lenders, and it's always good to know that. I had a gentleman get a Bank of Montreal mortgage last week from that 4%. I had a fellow from the HSBC get a mortgage through them. But predominantly and historically, the rates are probably around 254 to 249 if you're getting into the good range. They want to make sure you got a beacon score over 700. Mm-hmm. They want you to have 250 to $300,000 in the bank, net assets. So there's a few little clawbacks.
Okay, so if they're interested at all, give you a call. You can figure it out for them, right?
Absolutely.
And also a very special day. You brought it in today on the Bill Macklem report sheet. What's going on, Willie?
Well, today, back in, excuse me, 1904.
Choked up about it.
I am. Today is the day the ice cream cone made its debut.
Its debut? Wait, ice cream cone?
And we should all have one today.
Does anybody have Dairy Queen's phone number?
I have the one in Surrey's.
Do you?
I have their number.
Yeah, you probably would.
Guess where we're having a meeting after the show today?
At DQ.
Yeah, I think so. It's 10:05 in the Radio Real Estate program. In the next segment of the program, Bill will answer the mortgage question of the week. And later, we'll be examining the Radio Real Estate news headlines. We'll also chat with Nick Fong, our Los Cabos agent, about the first quarter Los Cabos real estate market. And we're going to talk with Charan Sethi, the man who brings us Venue, which is launching today in Surrey.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Introducing Mommy Maids, a business created out of the lack of employment opportunities for single moms with flexible working hours. From residential to commercial, you can trust their insured and bonded cleaning professionals with any task. Let them clean your castle with no hassle. Go to mummymaids.com or call 604-533-4959.
1, 2, 3, ABC. Mommy Maids come rescue me.
Tom Lucas here with Charan Sethi, developer of Venue in Surrey. Now, Charan, tell me, you say anybody can afford their own home?
Absolutely. We have a project called Venue out in Surrey within minutes of the SkyTrain, and our pricing starts from $159.9 to $299. How could you not afford something which is that low price and within 5 minutes walking distance to the SkyTrain station, so you're connected right down to downtown Vancouver?
Venue, what a place to call home. For more information online, it's venuelife.ca or call 604-581-8000 for details.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As a successful broker owner, I have developed a team of mortgage professionals that support me and my clients. If you're confused with all the mortgage chatter of do's and don'ts, my mortgage team is ready to answer your questions to determine the best mortgage for you. Call 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
CL 650. We get better. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
I love this time of year. It won't be long now until you're changing into your
Short sleeve sweater.
sweater. I had one of those in grade 6 once. Oh, my goodness. It's the same one, Bill. Come on. Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah, I had one of those in high school.
Did
and
you
they
really?
They had the wide stripes like
Yes,
yours, you know.
yeah.
We've gone from Argyle to the wide high school stripes.
I think there are probably some grandchildren might be listening to the show and figure, you guys are nuts.
You got that right.
Well, we are, yes.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
But what's something new, Bill?
I think so.
Okay, first.
Our question of the week comes from Scott Benny of Kitsilano. Scott would like to know what a cashback mortgage is, how does it work, and is there anything to be concerned about?
Well, Fern, that's a really great question. I tell you, on a cashback mortgage, the first thing that happens is that you do not get those discount rates that we've been talking about all along. You're now paying posted rates. So your five-year rate would be 4.64. So now all of a sudden your payment doubles, almost doubles, because you're going from a 2.2 to a 4.64. So that's a major problem there. You also have to have the ability to have the money for the down payment, even though you're going to get a cash back. So the cash back happens after the fact. In the old days, they would give you the cash at closing, so therefore it would become part of your down payment. Now you have to have the cash for the down payment yourself. Now that could become from a family member, mom and dad, and then you'd pay them back with your cash back after it closes. The problem being is that first off, you have to have the money. Secondly, it has to be a non-repayable gift. It can't be a repayable gift because then they won't give it to you. Thirdly is if you, at any time in that 5-year period, you decide to sell, change the property, port it, move to someplace else, you now have a huge penalty because of the cashback, and it's calculated at the 4.64 rate. So it doesn't have a lot of benefits. The only benefit I can see that it would have at this particular point in time, especially with the house prices going the way they are, is that you might want to get into the market sooner than what you thought. Make sure that your family's there to help you and you don't mind paying the extra money. Yes, you are going to be having a higher payment, but if your home prices are rising anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 a year, it might be worthwhile to take that risk with something like this. To go ahead.
Or give Bill a call or call your local agent, and they'll take care of you, right?
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely. For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. Start again, 604-684-4663.
Okay. Andrea Jock is here. She's come all the way in from the Tri-Cities.
That's a long drive.
I think she's at the door now. Hello, Andrea. Are you there?
Good morning, Tom. Hi, everyone.
You don't sound like you're huffing and puffing yet. I don't think you're going into the BMO marathon tomorrow, are you?
I'm busy working away, not tomorrow.
I was going to suggest that maybe I give you a call tomorrow and meet you at the mall to go Mother's Day shopping. That's what happens in a couple of
Ooh,
weeks.
that's a good idea. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, because your mom's listening. You know what's going to happen.
Actually, believe it or not, I already bought her present.
Did you? Good for you.
I'm that organized now.
You are so clever. You are so ahead of the thing. And things up in the Tri-Cities are still selling, aren't they?
They sure are. It's extremely busy in the Tri-Cities. Today I'm featuring a bright and beautiful, fully renovated, top-floor, spacious one-bedroom condo located in a well-maintained co-op at the Winchester Estate. Just steps away to Lower Lonsdale, parks, shops, restaurants, and the Seabus in North Vancouver. You'll love the whitewashed oak engineered flooring, the gorgeous gourmet kitchen featuring high-end, luxurious custom soft-close cabinetry, top-of-the-line stainless appliances, an apron sink, and beautiful granite and tile backsplash. The large dining room, open concept floor plan, and the oversized balcony takes in the spectacular mountain views, making this an entertainer's delight. Find peace of mind in a well-maintained building, and come by and check out the open house today and tomorrow from 1 to 4. Today is a big Wheels to Heal bike ride throughout the Tri-Cities, raising money for the Eagle Ridge Hospital Foundation. Join in the fun of the celebration plaza after the ride to enjoy live music, food, beer gardens, and displays from the world's best cycling companies. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
So to get in touch with Andrea, call 604-783-3124, 604-783-3124, or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com. That's pinnaclegrouprem.com.
Just reminded me, today is the last Saturday of the month.
It is.
Next Sunday is Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. Bill?
Absolutely.
She's listening, you know that.
Yep. Talked to her this week, and it's my turn to have Mom for dinner.
Well, it's about time, Bill. How old is your mom?
94.
It's about time you had the poor lady for dinner.
Well, we don't want to overdo it.
I was going to start a new campaign, but it doesn't seem to work out too well with people that were born.
What?
Yeah, exactly. I say it's your birthday, right? So it's your birthday, so you should give your mother a present.
Yeah.
Because she's done all the work.
Absolutely. And put up with us all these years.
There you go. Mm-hmm. It's 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. No, it's 12 minutes after 10 o'clock. Coming up, we're going to chat about the real estate stories that were making the news headlines this past week. And we'll hear about the first quarter 2016 Los Cabos real estate market with Nick Fong.
Good morning. This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with mortgage expert Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas, who's pretending he's playing his guitar now. And you're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CL 650. Hi, this is for Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. You deserve the facts of a professional home evaluation based on the statistics of the MLS. To find out what your house is really worth, call or text me. Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Michael, good morning.
Morning, Tom. How are you?
You kind of laughed. You never used to hearing me call you Michael.
My mom used to call me Michael. I like Michael.
I figured if I called you Michael, you might give me one heck of a deal over there at North Vancouver Nissan.
You're right on. It's coming up bike riding time, and we're offering 15% off of trailer hitches and bike racks throughout this month.
Call my friend Mike or go to his website, northvancouvernissan.com. Right, Mike?
I'll be waiting.
northvancouvernissan.com. Hi, Tom Lucas here from CL 650 with Charon Sethi, developer of Venue in Surrey, and you tell me about the investment side of life.
Our project out in Surrey is a fantastic startup for first-time investors with a prices starting from $159,900 to $299,000 for a two-bedroom and a den. Easy location, walking distance to everything, including SkyTrain and SFU.
Charon, you sure can't beat prices like that. VenueLife.ca. That's VenueLife.ca, 604-581-8000 for more details.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Most people need advice on mortgage financing. We provide personal financial advice with no vested interest and at no cost. We're compensated by the lenders. We'll review your current financial situation to determine if you are ready to purchase. If not, we'll help develop a plan to put home ownership in your future. For more information, call 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
It's going to be a nice day today. Mainly sunny today. High 17 on the coast, up to the mid-20s. Inland UV index is, well, right now it's moderate, but it could be getting worse as we progress closer to summer. Right, Bill?
Absolutely. And tomorrow, highs at 21, except inland 25. And on Monday, sunny, highs at 22, and inland 28.
Wow, and it's 14 degrees already on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CI 650.
Just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay.
Yeah, let's get on to Acapulco Bay.
Wrong city.
Oh, well, it's just it had Mexican thought to it.
Che.
I know. So where do you go? Tijuana?
And I drive a taxi there,
for
too.
Goodness sake. Let's say good morning to our Los Cabos agent. His name is Nick Fong. And Nick, you have something special for us this morning. Hola.
This week I wanted to bring to you the first quarter 2016 sales results compared to 2015. I've seen in my business a huge spike in both sales and tour activity. I have 3 agents and they're extremely busy helping me cover the increase in business. But what's surprising is I'm showing a 4% increase in the number of units that have sold first quarter 2016 compared to 2015. But there's been a decrease in the percentage of sales price, the average sale price per unit, minus 12%. Additionally, the total sales volume in our market has decreased by 8%, and the days on market has increased 13% to an average days on market of 365 days for sold listings in first quarter 2016. What do I think potentially can be happening? One of the big influencers here is the Canadian market. The Canadian dollar has not been strong in comparison to the US dollar. And because of that, a lot of our Canadian buyers aren't buying, and they've fueled a lot of our sales in the last 4 to 5 years. So that's one big reason. Also, there's been a devaluation of the Mexican peso. As a result, a lot of people are experiencing capital gains taxes. So it's potential, I can't confirm this, but it's potential that sellers are recording lower prices, potentially, so that they don't have as high of a capital gains tax. Those 2 reasons could be influencing the reduction in average sales price and the total sales volume thus far, because we have had a 4% increase in the number of units sold first quarter. What's going to be really interesting is second quarter 2016 sales results, because those would be the properties that would have sold during first quarter 2016 but closed in second quarter 2016. This is Nick Fong with Los Cabos Agent. If there's any questions, please let me know. Have a great rest of your week.
For more information on our Mexican market, call Nick Fong at 1-312-725-3664 or send Nick an email at info@loscabosagent.com. That's info@loscabosagent.com.
Let me ask Fern this question. Is what Nick's saying, would it be a good idea then to sell my house here in the Lower Mainland and move to Mexico?
Not necessarily. You know, I always like to keep my toehold in real estate here in the Lower Mainland. You never know what's going to happen.
That's true.
Hey, what can I say?
So I'm not moving to Mexico today.
Well, maybe a couple months out of the year.
Maybe try a holiday first. What do you think?
Try holiday first.
Okay, we'll do that.
Especially if you've never been there.
I've got you pre-approved, though, if you want to buy the
Really?
that casita on the beach.
Really?
Yeah, I got you pre-approved.
A what?
Casita.
Okay. Do I have one of
It's
those?
a little cabin.
Oh, thank you so much.
Cabin.
Cabin, wait. 19 minutes after 10 o'clock, it's the Radio Real Estate Show. Time now for the headlines. I'm going to read some headlines for the news this past week. Fern and Bill will give us their thoughts on the subject. Should be interesting this week. School leaders want housing freeze, increasingly frustrated with the slow pace at which schools are being built. Surrey trustees are now asking City Council to halt new developments until growth is, well, addressed adequately.
Well, let me start off because I know Fern has some stuff that she wants to say. So here's a real good example in this statement of the disconnect between planning departments in a municipality and the actual needs of the community.
You think?
In every city and province I've lived in, when they develop a community development, and they have houses because it's probably called a community development plan or COP.
Oxymoron.
That's right. What they do is they actually build the school based on the fact of how many children are going to be in there.
Oh.
We don't have that process here. What we have is we have a process. Hi, I own some land. I want to build some houses. Can I get my approval?
That's how it works?
Basically, there's
tax base.
Yeah, it's just not. They're not talking about the overall plan. They're not talking about schools. I mean, there is a company in Tilbury that actually builds concrete walls, much like a mechanical set that actually has all the tubing in place for wiring and plumbing, that you could build these things and take them apart. And nobody's doing it, and it's our technology. It's available here today, and no one's looking at it. They're building normal schools with these trailers. I mean, like, look at Vancouver's problems. They have too many schools right now. Gee, wouldn't it be nice if they could dismantle that school and move it somewhere else where it's needed?
Well, just give them a week until more people come. Then we can open those schools. Metro Vancouver renters find that bargains are, well, they're not had locally, so they're heading out to the burbs. High housing prices may be forcing those renters out of the Vancouver market. What do you guys think?
Well, that's been the same in all of the cities globally. If you watch any kind of documentaries at all, that's happening all over the world because as immigrants are coming into and settling all over the world, that renters are finding that they're going to have to move out to the valley or, whether they're going to rent houses or whether they're going to buy houses or whatever. Unfortunately, what happens when you increase the population, it prices people out of the market.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, this is historical. I mean, this has been going on since the 1800s. I mean, like, this is not something that's brand new that, all of a sudden my children are saying, oh, now I'm being pushed out of the city because there's no opportunities anymore. This has been happening for at least 1,000 years. Well, not very long, but at least certainly 200 years. I don't go that far back. And people move to where they can afford. This is what this is all about.
It's all
this
affordability.
That's right, exactly. This is not about, we're picking on you, Tom, because we don't want you to rent our place. We're saying, look at highest and best use. That's what we do with appraisals. That's what we do with rentals.
What if I could afford to live in Point Grey yesterday and today I can't afford to live in Chilliwack?
Oh, well.
I have a tent in my backyard.
I see. Here's a good story for you. Pet owners feel snubbed by Metro housing market. Tenancy issues, number one reason for people surrendering their animals, says the SPCA. We can't have a pet here. We give it up, right?
Well, some people do that, and if they can't find a good home, then, of course, the SPCA gets it. But, the thing is that who owns the house anyway? If you're a tenant, then there are certain laws that you have to comply with. And I have actually seen many owner-occupied homes where they have had Dobermans in the house and they've never been outside. And when you go in to list it, I'm like, God, it's just such a mess. It's horrible. So, the tenants are not being singled out.
No, they're not. We had a rental house in Surrey. And we rented to some friends of ours, and when they left, they had a dog that was in one of the rooms, and they just destroyed it. It cost us $5,000 to fix it up. And do you think they ever offered to help us pay that cost?
Do you want to give their names?
No.
No.
Did you give their damage deposit back?
Yeah, we'd already had.
All right, we get by with a little help from our friends. Noah Snuddlebeetle song. The millennials are increasingly considering co-buying. 1 in 4 would consider purchasing a home with a friend, and 24% say they would consider buying with a family member. We talked about this on the show earlier. I don't think that's a good idea. What do you think, Bill?
Not with a friend, definitely. With a family member, like being mom and dad, or a sister and brother-in-law, or sister and brother, whatever that might be. That makes some sense because they're doing it jointly, and maybe they're going to do it in such a way that this is the first step, and the next step, but then they'll help the other one buy their place. That makes some sense. Mom and dad going on as guarantors or as co-owners. There's nothing wrong with that because it helps the kids get going on the process.
All right.
So that's a good way. And we're doing a lot of that.
Really?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of that. We're helping a lot of people, showing them how to do it. I've got a client right now. He's been fairly new in the job. Got great credit, but only one line. You need to have two. Need to have them for 2 years, or for a year each. Sorry. So he's got all the basics, but he's not there yet. So we're going to get Dad to go on as a guarantor until such time as they actually can fill the demands of the bank, and then they'll go on themselves.
That's interesting because this is true story. When I was 15, I wanted to buy a car with a friend. So I told my dad that. He hasn't given me an answer yet. He just sort of walked away. Looked at me like, you're nuts, kid.
Oh.
What comes up for me in this, I'm looking at, again, around the world, people do buy homes with friends, and sometimes it's a little bit more feasible because, not every mom and dad has some money to help you out with. But, when I look at any of that kind of stuff, where's the down payment coming from? And if you're going into a partnership with somebody and you're both going to be on title, my feeling is you should both have the same amount of down payment.
Well, I always say to them when we do have that, because we do have some people that have done that, we always say to them, look, it's really easy to get in. You now have to discuss how you're going to get out. If you don't have an exit plan, you shouldn't be getting into the deal in the first place.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, the residents of Chinatown are worried about losing their heritage due to development. Now, many of our heritage homes have a date with the dozer, and looks like we're just trying to make way for some more immigrants, right? What are you doing?
That's a good question.
Thank you, Bill.
That's a good question.
Okay.
I'm thinking that, it's important to keep our heritage. I mean, if it has an impact on us as people of a community, I think it's important we keep those heritage buildings. And we should be making every effort to maintain that heritage, whether they're the native people that came here first or whether there's any other group of people that have come since. That's the heritage of the country. You want to maintain that as much as you can. I guess there's got to be some common sense, and we don't seem to have a whole lot of that anymore. Some common sense in terms of what can and can't be demolished based on the fact of its implications of our own community.
Well, yeah, if you go over to Europe and see the old buildings over there, it's a lot different. They seem to keep theirs where we get rid of ours.
Well, they remodel from the inside out. So if you have a big house over there and suddenly the economic situation changes and population change, then you just change it into 3 or 4 flats. And you still keep the exterior, still keep the flavor of the neighborhood. We don't do that here. We just bring that bulldozer in. I was driving around Shaughnessy the other day, and I could not believe how many houses have just been bulldozed down, and up is going a house twice the size, and modern sleek lines, and there's just no heritage, no.
But it's happening in Alberta
anymore.
As well as here.
It's happening all. Yeah, it's
happening. But we don't live in Alberta.
No,
yeah,
that's
this
true.
is true.
But it just kind of gives some kind of.
I see. So what you're saying, guys, is the more pink palaces are coming, right? Vancouver housing is a big hit on the Chinese language app. Now, there's a gentleman in town. His name is Sean Kembo. He's a Vancouver realtor with Fair Realty. He neither speaks or writes Chinese, but he says a month ago he was talked to by some agents who added him to their group on WeChat, a popular Chinese language app that talks about real estate here in Vancouver.
Well, you can get apps for everything now. So
I knew it, yeah.
I haven't seen that app, and quite frankly, I don't speak Chinese, so it's a little bit more
Ni
difficult
hao
for
ma,
me.
wa ha xie xie.
Have you got my app on your phone?
Pardon me?
Do you have my app on your
No,
phone?
I do have your app in the chair here, so that's all that matters, right?
I have an app.
Do you have an app?
I have an app.
How do we get that?
Just go on to...
See, he doesn't know how to get his own app.
The App Store.
On the App Store?
On the App Store. It's free.
Right.
Yeah, it's free. It's the Macklemore Mortgages.
So I just downloaded a language translation app this morning, which will go to any language that I want. So maybe I can get on that Chinese app as well.
Nice
What do you
idea.
think?
I think you should do that.
I will.
Okay. So what's coming up in the show in a few minutes here, Fern?
So, in our next segment of the show, I was just thinking so much about what's going on with our housing. In the next segment of our show, we will be joined by Monica Dinabriga, president of Mommy Maids, who has this week's cleaning tip that will help you properly clean that tall neck. Oh, skinny body vase your mother-in-law gave you.
That was a long neck.
I know. You remember how it wash around your neck?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Anyway. Has nothing to do with it.
More real estate information is coming up on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklin, president of Vineyard Macklin Mortgages. The producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CIL 650. Michael, good morning.
Morning, Tom. How are you?
You kind of laughed. You never used to hearing me call you Michael.
My mom used to call me Michael. I like Michael.
I figured if I called you Michael, you might give me one heck of a deal over there at North Vancouver Nissan.
You're right on. It's coming up bike riding time, and we're offering 15% off of trailer hitches and bike racks throughout this month.
Call my friend Mike or go to his website, northvancouvernissan.com. Right, Mike?
I'll be waiting.
northvancouvernissan.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Baby boomers move for various reasons. Perhaps your home is just too big, or you want to buy that toy you always wanted. Together, we will make that happen. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Hi, this is Monica from Mummy Maids. We're here to help you with all your cleaning needs, including move-in, move-outs, packing and unpacking, organizing, laundry and windows, walls, basic cleaning and custom cleaning. We do it all. You deserve a break and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit us at mummymaids.com.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We have found that most consumers automatically sign their mortgage renewal statements. Most banks have a higher than 90% renewal rate, so there's no incentive to give the best rates on renewal. Most people will not change lenders due to the hassle factor. Let us do the shopping for you. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages today.
CI 650.
The cleanup woman, 'cause she's tough. I mean, she really cleans up.
She do know her stuff, let me tell you. It's the cleanup woman. Time now for the eco-friendly cleaning tip of the week from Monica Dina Briga, the founder and president of Mommy Maids. We have her standing by the telephone line. Yes, we do. Monica, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Washing in narrow vods can be a little difficult with soapy water and trying to get the rag into the opening. Here's the solution. Pour in 2 tablespoons of dry rice and a half a cup of warm water into the vase. Cover with the palm of your hand, shake vigorously, then rinse. So easy, so fast. You'll wonder why you haven't thought of it earlier. This is Monica Dinabriga for Radio Real Estate.
So let Mommy Maids clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit mommymaids.com. That's mommymaids.com.
It's the Radio Real Estate Show. 10:31 is the time. A very special guest on the program this morning. I can't wait to talk to this gentleman. Charon Sethi, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Tom. Yeah.
Well, it's a busy day for you. Tell folks what you're doing. You're just not talking to us because you're a pretty face. You have some very serious business you're taking care of this morning, Sethi.
Well, it's already starting for a really good start. We already got people lined up, ready to write their offers up. So it's looking like it's going to be a great day for those who registered and those who are going to come and snap up some of our best deals out there.
Well, our project of the day today is a venue. It's in Surrey, and this is the gentleman that's putting the whole thing together for us. How did this project come about, Sharon?
I'm sorry?
I said, how did you come up with this idea for such a great complex?
Well, I think the best thing to go back to is the affordability factor, because we saw so many people who were just crying out for affordable housing, and Surrey City Centre allows us to do that, and we just sort of add a little bit more life to it. So we got a roof deck on it, we got some other amenity space in it, a gym in it, and then of course it's walking distance to pretty much everything. SFU, City Hall, the SkyTrain station is within about 5-7 minutes walking distance. So it's a fantastic location, and that's what we've been doing in the last few years, is building just around that transportation hub.
That sounds really great. I noticed that your square footages are going anywhere from 410 to 825 square feet. So, they're decent size. Obviously the 825s are a little bit larger than the 410s, but what kind of clientele are you looking at?
Well, so far, I was there yesterday, and the house was full, and we had anywhere from some older people buying for their kids. We had young guys who were buying for themselves, for the lifestyle, and who didn't have anywhere else to go, couldn't find anything else. So they're coming here. So I think we're going to get a variety of clientele today, and we're getting some investors as well. So it's all around pretty much. I kind of nail it down to just one group of people. It's a variety of people who are buying in there.
Now, Sharon, our co-host on the show, Fern, is very much a lady. She wouldn't ask this question on her own behalf, so I'll ask it for her. Are you open to working with realtors?
Of course, as always. As most people know, I was a realtor for 22 years, and I believe realtors are lifeline for the real estate industry, because they're the one who turn around and work hard to try and find you a piece of property, and we're really open for realtors, and we have a lot of realtors who already registered their clients with us. Yes, absolutely. Come on down, bring your clients in, buy one for yourself as well.
So I was going to say, after the show, if I was to come down and bring Fern and hold her hand, you take me through it. That's okay with you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have a question about furniture that, Sharon, that in other buildings, in Vancouver, etc., that are about 400 square feet, you can run into a little bit of an issue of trying to get furniture in them. Do you have a package for built-in furniture, that kind of thing, that you see some of these things that they turn into a bed at night and they're a couch during the day?
Not this one. We did offer packages for our previous project, Balance, but on this one we chose not to do so because, you're trying to dictate people's lifestyle inside their own home, and I didn't feel comfortable on this one because these homes are bigger than the last ones we produced, and so this will allow people to sleep on a mattress if they choose to do so, or buy some luxury furniture in it. So we just didn't feel it was right for us to go that route this time around, and so they can bring whatever they want and live in it very nicely.
Good plan.
Sharon, you've been building homes for quite some time.
Well, I've been in the industry for about 35 years, but actually building about 11 years now.
You told me a very interesting story. You told me years ago you bought your first house, and I think you told me your brother came over and asked, "What the heck were you doing?"
Yeah, do you know what? That was my very first house, and that's all I could afford. And I had one of my relatives come over and say, "What crap is this?" And I said, basically this is my roof. It's such a pleasure to own something which is your own thing, where somebody can't tell you what to do inside. My culture also basically goes for it because we want to have our own place to live, and this project is really catered for people who want to get into their own housing and who are renting right now. And I didn't feel comfortable with somebody telling me my kids what to do. And this way, I have my own home, and it's sad sometimes when people put other people down. But for me, any starter home is a good home. When we built the 300 square feet previously, people were calling them shoe boxes. Well, you know what? It's such a trend now that there's so much of that being built around the Main and Hastings area, and so we're trendsetters. And this project is absolutely beautiful for a first-time starter with a price of $159.9 starting price. How could you go wrong?
Well, absolutely. So Venue is going to give everybody a place to live, call home, right?
Absolutely. We only got 141, so better come on over.
Well, I'm just noticing, Sean, this Bill Macklem here. I noticed that with just a minimum down payment on your $159.9, which is only $8,000, you're going to have a mortgage payment of about $710 plus condo fees and maybe whatever the tax component is. So it's really less expensive to buy this than it is to actually rent.
Well, we kind of worked it out to the payment, and you're right on the button there. It's cheaper than going into a basement suite. How's that?
Absolutely. That's just fabulous.
And it's a place you can call your own, as opposed to just throwing the money away in rent, right?
Well, even if you went to the top end ones there, Sharon, at the $299, your payments are only $1,300 there, so you've got yourself even a bigger unit if you have the money for it.
Well, I own a condo downtown, and the condo is about 600 square feet. It brings me back $1,900 rent per month. I mean, guess what? That guy is paying me $1,900 a month, and here he could be almost half the rent, half the payment, and live in a brand new place, and he could build up his own equity. But you know what? Everybody has a choice to make, and this certainly allows people who want to get into the housing market to have a first starter home for themselves and build up equity, and then they can move up as they go along.
Sharon, where do we find if you want to come down and have a look at Venue today?
It's 10768 Wally Boulevard, and for direction, they can always call the phone, which is 604-581-8000.
All right, that's 604-581-8000. The website is venuelife.ca, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. That's just another great project, Sharon, and I thank you for being on the show with us, and good luck today. We're going to come down and see you again.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your day. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Great place. Good place to get into the market.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Look at these numbers. These numbers make a lot of sense.
And right on SkyTrain too,
Yeah.
So this is ideal for a student. If you got a kid that's going to university or whatever,
Even if
get
you,
them into real estate when they're young.
Even if you'd moved out of town because of prices of homes and all that, and you're thinking of retirement on the island or in the interior, you could actually have a place here. So let's Let's keep on going here.
Yeah,
So, what's coming up next on Radio Real Estate?
Well, let's find out what is coming next. We're going to chat with a Greater Vancouver market expert, Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty Westside. We'll do that.
And I'll be talking about non-substitute offers on home purchases.
Yes. This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Tom Lucas with Terran Sethi, the developer at Venue in Surrey. And let's talk about first-time buyers this time.
Fantastic opportunity for first-time buyers who are not in the resale market yet, with a pricing start at $159,900 to just under $300,000 for a 2-bedroom and a den. You can't go wrong with something like that as a startup, and within walking distance to everything.
If you want to get some more information, go online to venuelife.ca, venuelife.ca, or call 604-581-8000 for more details.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Real estate is the greatest investment you will ever make. Approach it as an adventure, financially and emotionally without mistakes. I have a plan for making your real estate investments work for you. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, at 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Michael, good morning.
Morning, Tom. How are you?
You kind of laughed. You never used to hearing me call you Michael.
My mom used to call me Michael. I like Michael.
I figured if I called you Michael, you might give me one heck of a deal over there at North Vancouver Nissan.
You're right on. It's coming up bike riding time, and we're offering 15% off of trailer hitches and bike racks throughout this month.
Call my friend Mike or go to his website, northvancouvernissan.com. Right, Mike?
I'll be waiting.
northvancouvernissan.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We all need specific types of mortgage financing. You may have bought your next home and not sold your current place. We have financing for that. You may not be able to prove your income for the mortgage you require. We have a lender for that. Call us, Dominion Macklem Mortgages today, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
It looks like a pretty good weekend. Lots of sunshine today. High 17 on the coast. Warmer inland, right, really?
That's right. And tomorrow's going to be sunny again at 21, and highs inland to 25, with Monday sunny again with highs of 22.
22.
And inland 28.
28. Oh, cow.
Get out there and water your gardens.
Oh.
Before the restrictions come in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Won't be long now, will it?
No.
Okay, well, right now, no restrictions. 14 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CL 650. I'm a big man in a big house. A big high fence all around.
Remember those days? Little white house, little white picket fence?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mom and Dad had a dream. Hey, let's look at the lower mainland real estate market right now with Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty Westside. We have him on the phone. Donald, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Tom. How are you today?
I'm good, and I feel real rested. I'm ready to take on the Big BMO Vancouver Marathon tomorrow. Are you going in that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm not going then either. I'm going to hang out with you and watch the people run by. How about that?
That'll be a lot easier, yes.
In Metro Vancouver, when people are not running, they're buying houses still, right?
Yes, they are.
Just never ends.
I've never seen this in all my years.
Record sales.
Yes, absolutely.
So now if you're wondering, maybe I should move, maybe I shouldn't, what do you think? Should I give Don a call? You come over and talk to me and tell me what my house is worth?
Absolutely. I'd be more than happy to.
Multiple offers. They still going on?
They're just going a mile a minute there. We've had like 6, 7, 8, 9 at one time. People are just dropping out. They're just tired of losing.
Well, with all that going on, it would seem to me that this is the time, if you're thinking about buying or selling, to use the services of a realtor.
Yeah, the service of Don Mortimer would be great.
Sounds good to me. I understand you've got an award-winning listing for us this morning, Donald.
Absolutely. Quite excited about it. I have a new listing in Royal York in North Delta, a 2,600 square foot home on a 7,100 square foot lot. Absolutely breathtaking kitchen. Open Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 4. Call me and I'll give you the address. This is Don Mortimer with Radio Real Estate.
Put Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty Westside to work for you. Call Don at 604-781-6000. That's 604-781-6000.
I guess it's the same way just about everywhere in the lower mainland these days. The realtor goes over, you get the listing, the house probably sells in a day or two.
Pretty well. Royal York is a really good area. I grew up in North Delta, so Royal York is pretty hot.
It's the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Go see the mortgage broker, go see your realtor, then go make a deal, right?
There you go.
All right, here we go.
Shake your money maker. Shake your money maker. Yeah, shake your money maker.
down, Tom.
You know, that could have been a really good song. So they shake your money maker. They only knew 4 words. Shake your money maker, shake your money over and over and over. Again.
But they were making a lot of money that
They were shaking their money makers.
Exactly.
Right. You got a little money making, shaking, bacon stuff on your mind this morning too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Bill. What's up?
So subject-free offers. That means that you're tired of losing out on every chance you go on to look at a house.
Mm-hmm.
You have a subject to financing. You have a subject to appraisal. You have a subject to inspection. So we know that the lenders have approved you. Well, let's just use you, Tom, as an example. So we've done your application. We've done your credit check. We have your pay stubs. We have your employment letter. We have your notice of assessment from 214. We have your T4 from 215.
Was I here then?
Yeah, you were.
Oh, okay.
We have your down payment verified by 90 days history and an RSP as well as savings in your bank account. So you are approved. Here's the downfall of being pre-approved.
Okay.
Downfall of being pre-approved is you are approved. But the property you aren't, we haven't seen it yet, so we don't even know anything about this property. So it could be a float home. It could be on an Indian lease. It could be on a private lease. It could be somewhere in a flood zone. It could be a mobile home. It could be anything. So the home is the one that is now causing us the most amount of grief. So if you're going to make a non-subject to offer, we need to do the appraisal before you make that offer. You need to have that inspected with your realtor before you make that offer. So you at least have the 2 essentials done. What's going to happen on an appraisal, for example, is they're going to go in, they're going to inspect the property. What most people don't realize is that there's a thing called remaining economic life. So you might be buying a beautiful piece of property with an older type home, and when you look at the remaining economic life on the home may only have 20 years left on it. So all banks will then take 5 years off that and give you a 15-year amortization. That 15-year amortization means your payments go up. Now you may not qualify for the home because now your payments are too high. So you've got to be careful of that. So that's why the appraisal is important. Inspection is important because they've got to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the property. You know, there could be asbestos in the walls. There could be any number. It could have been a previous grow up. It could have been any number of things.
And UFI arose its head again just recently, and I haven't seen a UFI since the 80s.
Yes.
What's a UFI?
Urea formaldehyde foam insulation.
UFI.
That the government gave a grant to put it in the 70s, and then gave a grant in the 80s to take it out.
Yeah.
But there are still some people that didn't take UFI out, and therefore it will create an issue. And how do you know if there's been UFI put into a house until you get a professional inspection done?
Exactly.
Good point. Let's clear up something, Bill. You've been saying this for many, many weeks and months and years on the show. Sometimes you say somebody will come in to see the mortgage broker. They are pre-approved for mortgage, but the property's not. I don't quite follow that.
So you can afford to buy anything up to $1 million.
Me personally.
That's right. Well, the income you're making, you can qualify for $1 million home in South Surrey.
Or Wally, yeah.
Or Wally.
Yeah.
But the lender hasn't seen the property.
Okay.
Maybe you've bought, rather than buying a home, maybe you bought a really expensive condominium. So maybe it's self-managed. Well, there's a number of lenders that don't like self-managed properties. So therefore you don't get approved. You may have not had your deficiency report yet, and it's coming through. You may have had a fix on the building, but it wasn't a complete fix. It was a partial fix. The lender won't like that either. So there's a bunch of different pitfalls, and when you're doing a subject-free offer, that you have to be very aware of.
So if I'm approved, can I just say, thank you, Bill, shake your hand, take one of your mom's cookies, and leave and go buy something with the money?
Better make sure there's some subjects in there somewhere.
Okay.
That's why we deal so closely with our realtors, like Fern.
Yeah.
Like they'll call us and say, okay, so I know this fellow's approved. We got to make a subject-free offer. What are the steps we got to do to get this thing done? And so we try to get stuff as much done as we can before you make the offer.
All right, quick tip to first-time buyers that might be coming to see the mortgage broker this weekend before they go to see their favorite realtor. What should they do?
Come and see us. Bring all your documents. Banks are so busy today that if you don't bring in most of the documentation that is required, pay stubs, notice of assessments, T1 generals, down payment verification, bank statements, you're going to be put to the back of the line and you will not get a very fast response.
So the thing is, though, you come, you bring all these information, you bring all these documents to the mortgage broker. You do not need to give blood or have other kind of sample, right?
We may talk about that later.
Blood sample. To get expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
Wasn't really the blood sample I was concerned about. It was the other sample that Bill has.
Pound of flesh, right?
Little jars in the bathroom.
Let's not go there, guys. Gee.
In our next segment, we'll hear from our Radio Real Estate home handyman, Finn Jensen. And this morning, Finn chats about the renos. Then, in the renos, now.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you are listening to Radio Real Estate on CIL 650. It's Tom Lucas with Charon Sethi from Venue in Surrey. Let's talk about some of the amenities that are close by.
A Venue project is located very close to the SkyTrain station, SFU, the City Hall, the library, absolutely beautiful library we've got in the city center, and of course, many, many, many restaurants.
A great place to call home. For more information online, it's venuelife.ca, venuelife.ca, or call 604-581-8000 for more details. Michael, good morning.
Morning, Tom. How are you?
You kind of laughed. You never used to hearing me call you Michael.
My mom used to call me Michael. I like Michael.
I figured if I called you Michael, you might give me one heck of a deal over there at North Vancouver Nissan.
You're right on. It's coming up bike riding time, and we're offering 15% off of trailer hitches and bike racks throughout this month.
Call my friend Mike or go to his website, northvancouvernissan.com. Right, Mike?
I'll be waiting.
northvancouvernissan.com.
Your life's too busy to be doing the things that you don't want to do. Hi, it's Monica at Mummy Maids. We'll free up your time by taking care of all your cleaning needs. We have weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or one-time special occasion plans available, including move-in and move-outs. Commercial and residential cleaning performed by bonded, insured, WCB covered, uniform cleaning experts. You deserve a break, and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959 or visit mummymaids.com.
CIL 650.
I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
10:52 on the Radio Real Estate Show. It's the last weekend of April. Isn't that scary?
It's May Days.
Oh, my good. Yeah, May Day will be here soon. Mother's
next
Day.
weekend, what have we got? We've got,
Mom's Day.
well,
The P&E Playland opens up next weekend.
Really?
We got the Vancouver Marathon this weekend.
Jeez.
There's some other races, and the four of us are sitting here in this radio station just going to hell in a handbasket.
No, we're resting.
Thank you for putting it that way.
there you go.
10:52. Our Radio Real Estate home handyman is Finn Jensen. He's joining us. He's on the line right now. Finn, good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning to everyone. A good many Vancouver residents will remember the days when a good home in a decent neighborhood would sell for less than a tenth of today's asking price for the same thing. But it wasn't all gravy. Interest rates hovered around 10% and more for second mortgages, and unsecured loans were through the roof. Needless to say, homeowners tried to work with savings when renovating. Today's renovations and upgrades is a different thing altogether. Cheaper loans has made it possible to restore a home right from the roof to the flooring and the walls. Owners will often landscape and build roomy garages replete with heating and a separate electrical panel. And where possible, install a small bathroom. All this is just a step away from an infill building, something a lot of people are doing to help out family or just to rent out for income. This approach to home renovations is common. The old manner of trying to keep costs down by just doing the essentials is still happening, but most will see the virtue in doing a makeover. The perception is the value added will pay for itself. Not to say that being frugal isn't smart, it's just that time has caught up with the old method. However, being smart and being cautious is always in style. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
Let Finn take care of your plumbing and heating needs. For fast, reliable, and dependable service, call Finn at Gentech Mechanical Installations. 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
And you're listening to the Radio Real Estate Show live on CIL 650 with Bill Macklem. For Northcott is here, Dwayne is here, Tom is here. I've got the Vancouver Province from a couple of days ago. The headline, the very first story, what do you call this thing? The homepage, the front page. The front page says, beware, Sweet, S-U-I-T-E, Sweet Talking Guys. It says, men advertising places to rent in exchange for wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more.
Really?
What do you think they're asking for?
I have no
I thought that there was women that did that, and it was called
Careful.
getting
Careful.
money in exchange or
For
something.
whatever, yeah. So now I guess this is a warning to people that if somebody calls and offers to rent you a place for nudge, nudge, wink, wink, it's up to you, right?
I guess.
I guess so.
Do your research.
Research everything. It's 10:55. You've got a great good news story for us this
I
morning.
got a
What's
great
going on?
good news story. Last summer, I was working with some first-time buyers, and they were thinking North Delta. North Delta didn't work for them for prices. Sold them a house in Cloverdale, and they were quite nervous, of course, as first-time buyers always are, but especially in this kind of market. And when the dust settled, that they paid in the mid-sixes, as in $650. And I was over to see them on the weekend. They said, Fern, what's our house worth now? And I had the pleasure of telling them that it was now worth in the high 800s.
Wow,
So,
really?
since last summer, that about $200,000 that they made on paper in their houses. Of course, if they have to move, then where do I put them? But,
Well, that's, yeah.
that's good news for first-time buyers, especially first-time buyers, new marriage, new everything in their lives, and, their first real estate transaction is a success. That's good news.
I think I've told you this before, but my late father-in-law used to say, real estate, if you're in it for the long haul, he says you can't lose.
Oh, you can't.
No.
You can't. Absolutely not. People that were getting into the marketplace to flip it, and anybody trying to get into the marketplace to flip it now, things will level off. It always happens. We saw that in 1980. We saw it in 2008, and we saw it, what was that, 1996? Saw the same sort of thing, and it will happen again. But, it just... You need to have your feet into real estate because, after all, you got to live somewhere. So you may as well be putting money towards your own mortgage rather than somebody else's. So it's a good plan.
I was going to say, if you don't really need to sell now, should you? Or just don't sell?
It depends on where you're going to be in 5 years' time. There's a lot of baby boomers right now that are hanging on to their homes thinking, number one, they're still thinking that I might capitalize a year or two down the road. That may or may not happen. But what's also happening, that if they've got to move within 5 years' time, let's say, the couple of things they have to look at, that if they're in their family home right now, if it needs some repair, sometimes it's better just to capitalize on the mortgage. But if they're going to retire in about 2 years' time, and wherever they're going to go, if they still need a mortgage, then you got to look at qualification then. And sometimes it's better to move now, get into your place of retirement, and then you've got 2 years under your belt before you retire, that you don't have to requalify for a mortgage.
I was just wondering, if I should sell my place in South Surrey now and buy that plot of land out in Yarrow and become a gentleman farmer now. What do you think?
Is that your long-term goal?
No.
Well, there you go. Why would you do it?
Good point. Okay, forget that. It's a bad idea.
No
So
problem.
it's 10:57. You have a brand... That is a good news story. I like that. So you have a brand new listing for us this morning, right?
Yeah, we do. We got a brand new listing out in Abbotsford. It's at 3885 Latimer Street in Abbotsford. It's listed at $949,000. The home itself is a basement home with a full daylight walkout basement. It's 3,970 square feet. So it's lots of upgrades, lots of things in this home. So far too many to go over in detail on the show here. But give us a call, and we'd love to show it to you.
Now, when you go over to a prospective client's home and they say, Fern, thank you for coming over. Here's a cup of whatever. We're looking for a place. So there's a series of questions you have to ask them, right? What sort of things do you ask a couple when they're looking to buy a new home?
When they're looking to buy another home in the home that they're in, number one, I kind of like to know how high their mortgage is. Because, if you're moving from a home that's, say, let's say North Delta, if you're moving from a home that's $900,000 and you've got a $500,000 mortgage on it, that's a $400,000 equity by the time the dust settles and you pay property transfer tax and everything else, that you have to look at what is in your budget and where are you going to be. So again, number one, I like to know how much the mortgage is. Number two, I like to know what their 5-year goal is. And quite honestly, I like to know how close they are to retirement. A lot of people that I do work with, that they are baby boomers, and you don't want to make a mistake. If you're a baby boomer, if you're 20 years old, 30 years old, and you make a mistake in real estate and the market is against you, you can recover. But if you're over 55, 60 years old and you make that mistake, you'll never recover it financially. Never. It'll never happen.
So if you're talking to couples in their 20s and their 30s, you may ask them if they plan on having a family. You're not being personal.
No, I'm not being personal at all. Usually they're so excited they tell me.
Fern,
and I just say too much information.
Did they say, Fern, you're going to be an auntie soon?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I love it. I love being Auntie Fern.
I know you do, because you can fill them with sugar and send them home,
No,
right?
that's exactly it.
So, Fern, during the week, if I want to get a hold of you to get some more information, how can I do that?
I can be reached at 604-790-9066. That's cell or text. 604-790-9066. Email fern@smart.com. That's fern with an E, smart with 2 T's.com.
But before I call Fern, I need to call Mr. Bill Macklin, because well, to be quite honest, I need some money. Bill, how do I do that?
Call me at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-4663.
Now, I noticed that you and Fern are both dressed to the nines. You're working again today?
Absolutely.
Do you guys ever take time off?
No.
No.
I do.
You do?
You bet.
When?
It's called sanity.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try to find some of that.
Mind you, I'm not fighting much sanity these days.
No, that's true, too. And stop coming around here. You won't find much.
Yeah, there isn't any.
Yeah, so we'll talk to you next week. Thank you, Fern.
Thank you, Tom.
Billy, thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Bill Macklin. Dwayne, thank you, sir. And I'll be back thanking everybody on Monday morning. So
Monday morning.
Monday
Monday morning, bright and early.
Yeah, so we'll
Tom
see you.
Lucas all the time.
I'll be huffing and puffing because I'll still be in the marathon.
You're still running home.
Never mind.